What's going on, guys? Welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to sharpen your knife using a whetstone. Now, this is really important, and this video goes out to my beginners out there who don't really know how to sharpen their knives on their own. Now, of course, you can bring your knives to your local knife sharpener in the area, but that will run you maybe, I'm not even sure, I've never been, but I'm pretty sure that you're gonna pay a hefty penny for that. So why not buy your own whetstone kit? Do it from home. So I recommend just buying any old kit. I bought mine on Amazon. I will have the link provided for you below so you guys can check it out. But I definitely wanted to express the importance of working with a sharp knife. Now remember this, a dull knife is much dangerous than a sharp knife, because a dull knife, you're going to have to use more pressure when you cut down on something like, let's say, vegetables. Rather than a sharp knife, it's kind of letting the blade do its job for you. So you definitely want to be sharpening your knife. If you can sharpen your knives maybe like once a month, or it all depends on the frequency that you're using the knife. Applying all that pressure and repeatedly using your blade, it will wear down the teeth of the blade, which is at the edge of the blade. That's the sharp part. So you definitely need a honing rod, which I'm showing you here. You're going to need a honing rod to realign the blade, and then the whetstone will allow you to grind the blade and give it a new edge. So that's the importance of a whetstone. So just keep watching and I'll show you how to do it step by step. Whetstones come in a variety of grits, so anything less than 1,000 is used to repair knives that have chipped edges. Anything above 4,000 are basically finishing stones, so those stones are used to polish your blade. Make sure to pat down some water before you start. Now, whetstone kits will typically come with a angle guide. So what this does is you can basically slip it on the edge of your knife, and it will help you kind of give you a summation of how much you should angle your knife while you scrape it on the side. Now you want to make sure that it is one with the blade. There's going to be different types of blades for each different knife, whether it's a cheap knife or an expensive knife. Each knife is different and shaped different, so just make sure to take a look at your knife and see where the edge is going and follow that edge. It's pretty self-explanatory once you get the gist of it. Now, as you can see, I typically don't like to use the angle guide just because sometimes I find that it kind of scrapes the stone and then I have to level it with a leveling stone. So once you get your bearings on how to sharpen your knife, I recommend to leave off the angle guide. Just, make an assumption in your head on how much you should lift up the knife. They say it should be about 2/4 worth, like if you were to stack up 2/4, and that's cool and all, but I'm not gonna bring out quarters and leave them there. Just lift up that blade and give it a scrape. Now, the way that I sharpen my blade is I like to hold on the handle and then place 3 fingers on the blade and kind of just go from the heel to the tip of the blade in one swoop motion. That's kind of how I like to balance out the sharpness, throughout the blade. So this is what helps me, and I think that it could help you too. So just a little tip for you. And obviously you can tell that I do it into 2 ways. I either lay the knife horizontal or I kind of have it on a diagonal edge. So it's kind of like making sure that I get every section of the knife. So that's kind of how I do it. Now, when you want to check the sharpness of your blade, always have some paper. I think this is the best little test that you can do. So when you drag the knife through the paper and it's completely smooth, then that's how you know every part of the blade is sharpened. So you're good to go. But once you get a little bit more of a drag in some parts, like let's say when you slice down and it's like in the middle of that slice, it's a little bit more of a drag. That's how you know you're gonna have to go in and sharpen that part of the blade. It's just a better way of kind of testing out to see if your full knife is actually sharpened. So just make sure to have that little paper test. I kind of use like this instruction manual, so you know, any type of paper will do. Now I'm sharpening my Whetstone. How do you say that? Comment below, because I'm not sure how to say that. Whetstone. My Whetstone knife. It's German. So I just wanted to let you know, I do recommend sharpening more of your low end knives, because you know, I got really excited and I started sharpening my more expensive knives, and then I started to realize that I had, you know, made some marks on them, and I mean, I didn't know what I was doing. So, you know, we all live and we learn, so it's fine. You know, they have some scratches on it, but it's okay. As long as the blade is sharp, then I don't care what it looks like. But just make sure you want to start off with your low end and then work on your high end knives once you get more comfortable with sharpening. Now, when you start to get to sharpening a lot of knives, you're going to see that sometimes you kind of have little cuts in the stone, and that little square was the fixing stone. So you kind of, you know, wet that and you rub it on the stone so it can get rid of any scratches or marks, and it'll be easier to use and easier to sharpen and polish your knife. As you can see here, the edge of that knife, the heel of it, is giving me a little bit more of a harder time. So that kind of lets me know, okay, I'm gonna have to go back in and sharpen the heel more. So that's kind of why I left this footage on, so let you know that, hey, sometimes you don't sharpen it right, and that's okay. But see right there's a bit of a drag. So now that kind of tells me I'm gonna have to go back in and make sure that I get that part of the knife. Alright guys, well, thank you so much for watching this video. This is definitely a great video for you beginners out there that want to learn how to sharpen your knives. Definitely don't dance with knives. That's not safe, especially when you have a cat around. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Tune in to tomorrow or maybe the next day. I think I might have a Thanksgiving special up for you guys on Tuesday or Wednesday. You know, we'll see. But this is my Eliza. She just wants to say happy Thanksgiving and wishing everyone a safe holiday, and, you know, within the COVID guidelines, of course. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.